So we just finished saving the day again. So now it's probably just gonna be me fucking talking to everyone at camp and probably selling a bunch of shit because holy shit is my inventory full. I'm glad I'm not so broke anymore though. So like I'm sure going back and looting that dungeon again and talking to all these bitches. And I have a bunch of gifts to give too. Like I have like hella gifts. Yeah, I got like all these fucking gifts. Let's go back to camp. Oh, I can give this to Zev, some gloves. Oh,
Gloves? You're giving me gloves? What for?
I thought you might like them.
I did not mean to sound ungrateful, it is just... Wait, these are Dalish, are they not? My mother was Dalish, and had a pair very similar to these. The leather was less thick, and it had more embroidery, but these are very close, and quite handsome.
You're welcome.
Do I seem surprised? Perhaps I am. Still, I appreciate the fact that you even thought of me. No one has simply given me a gift before. Thank you.
See, I didn't even know. Well, now I'm kind of sad I missed the dialogue. I just assumed because, you know, he liked the boots so much. Okay, Zev,
What say you?
can you answer some questions?
By all means.
What is your opinion of the Dalish?
I know little enough of the Dalish other than the fact that my mother was one, or so I was told. She had fallen in love with an elven woodcutter and accompanied him back to the city, leaving her clan behind for good. And there, of course, the woodcutter died of some filthy disease and my mother was forced into prostitution to pay off his debts. Oldest tale in the book.
That's fucking terrible. Zevran, that's horrible.
Is it? It seemed normal enough a tale growing up. No different than the other elven boys in the whorehouse. I didn't know my mother either, of course. She died giving birth to me. My first victim, as it were. We were all raised communally by the whores. It was a happy enough existence, ignoring the occasional beating. Until eventually I was sold to the crows. I brought a good price, I hear.
He even said his mom was his first victim. This boy is so conditioned. Like he doesn't even acknowledge how fucked up that is. I mean, he acknowledges it, but he's just so used to it. Poor guy. I'm so sorry for you, Zev.
That's very kind of you to say, but it is not necessary. It could have been much worse. Shall I tell you about what happened to the other whorehouse boys who did not fetch a decent price with the crows? Surely your life has not been so idyllic. People like you and I are not the product of happy lives of contentment, after all.
Well, considering I'm gonna die in like 30 years tops, you can say that again.
My original point is that my mother's Dalish nature was always a point of fascination for me. Through all the years of my crow training, the one thing of my mother's that I possessed was a pair of gloves. They were of Dalish make, I knew that much, and beautiful. We were not allowed such things, of course, and eventually they were found and taken. I am thankful you found a pair so much like them.
Has there been no joy in your life at all?
Oh, there has been plenty. To tell the truth, it is because I expected nothing more. Still, even I eventually thought that it would be better for me if I ran off to join the famous Dalish when one of their clans drew near Antiva city. Naturally, the reality did not live up at all to the fantasies I had constructed as a boy, staring at those gloves. But such is life. Come, enough talk of the Dalish. Let us move on.
At least he still gave me the dialogue of his mom, because I would have been felt really bad missing out on that. How did Wilhelm come to acquire you?
That part I know, as Wilhelm often bragged about it to whomever was willing to listen to him. He claimed to have found me in the deep roads. I was in the ruins of a Tig, he said, deactivated, with my control rod not far away.
You don't know why you were there?
I think I remember a battle. It was long before, and then there was darkness. In short, no, I do not remember why I was there. It makes no difference.
What was Wilhelm doing in the deep roads?
It was a hobby of his, scavenging. One of the reasons he traveled so much is that he was looking for entrances into the deep roads, old places the dwarves had long forgotten. And then he would sneak down and search for magical treasure, before anyone was the wiser.
Wouldn't that have been dangerous?
Indeed. He had spells that allowed him to remain hidden and move quickly, but he had no defense against the blight and worried constantly that he would get sick. If any darkspawn showed themselves, he fled. More often, he would have to fight other scavengers, dwarves who had become tainted. In the end, it killed him. I mean, he found me there, right?
Oh, good irony. Do you know where in the deep roads this was?
No. That secretive bastard refused to tell me. I would ask and ask, but no. He used to say that one day, if I were compliant and didn't talk back at his wife, he would take me there and I could look around myself. Rotten, lying bastard. If I had his head in my hands now, I would squeeze it like a giant lemon. Squish.
I love lemons. Anyway, so if he hadn't found you,
I wouldn't have had to put up with the twit, and I would be none the wiser. I don't think I was aware while I was there. Not like in the village. Or perhaps I was. Perhaps that was the dark place, and I simply couldn't see anything. How long could even I sit in the darkness and stare out at nothing, never sleeping? Oh, I do not wish to think of that.
oh, that sucks. That's actually my biggest fear. Like, a bit of a side note, but in Guild Wars 2, there is this little scene. It's not much of a spoiler. I'm not gonna spoil it, okay? I'm just gonna be very vague. But there is this scene. Someone who's a robot, and it's like a person trapped in a robot's body, basically. They, like, got turned off, but it was in a way where they were still conscious. So they were conscious, but they couldn't hear anything, see anything, feel anything, do anything. And it's just, like, they try to scream, but they couldn't. And, oh my fucking god, like, it's my biggest fear. Right there. So, this shit scares the living crap out of me. Anyway, not to give everyone paranoia, but, like, literally, yeah.
On then.
Now, last but certainly not least.
I was just thinking about what happened to the elves, and I'm reminded of a song sung to me many years ago. It was when my mother died, and this wise elven woman comforted me and told me that we shouldn't fear death or hate it. Death is just another beginning. One day, we must all shed our earthly bodies to allow our spirits to fly free.
That is comforting, especially considering what I just talked about, which is essentially death, but that is comforting.
It's a beautiful sentiment, I think. One that brings peace and hope to the grieving.
Oh. That was fucking beautiful. That was the most beautiful. I'm adding that shit to my Spotify playlist. Is that shit on Spotify? Is that shit on Spotify? What is that called? What is that called? I'm literally gonna find. I'm literally gonna find. Leliana added. Girl. Wow. I have a hot singing girlfriend. Wow. Also, I just love all those scenes with everyone. Like Alistair kneeling down and the dog just being a dog. And Sten like looking into the distance, reminiscing. The interesting thing about Sten, and this is why I keep talking to this man, is I want to know more about this fucking dude right now. Okay, he just like murdered a whole family, and they just like why aren't they going into it? Is it because I have to bring him along? Because I'm not like my party is 10 out of 10 right now. So, but anyway, he likes paintings and stuff. So I assume he likes this song. He probably likes arts and songs. And then Morgan just shaking her head. Ugh, I love Morgan. She's so like fucking lonely and evil and shit. I just love her so much. Because she's not even evil. Like she's not. Like she's a bit of a bitch sometimes. But you know, I just love her. And also, where the fuck is my kiss?
Well, aren't you sweet and attentive?
Yeah, so you just sang that song and it made me feel some type of way, so...
I thought you'd never ask.
Okay, so I don't see Orzammar anywhere, but I'm guessing it's gonna be in Frostback Mountains. Because that was introduced to us early in the game, and I don't know why else we would go there. Even though that name is fucking confusing, because literally this is also called Frostback Mountains. Like, but anyway. I'm guessing this whole area is Frostback Mountains. But besides the point, I think this is where it is. So, hey dude.
Oh, you wish to talk to me? Truly, it's a courtesy for one so well-armed to notice a lowly merchant.
Live on the surface?
Someone has to. Trade with other races can dry up. We surfacers are Orzammar's lifeline, even if we're denied a caste. The Assembly says we've turned our back on the stone, but they still use the goods we bring. Hypocrites.
That's not right. Someone should do something.
Maybe it'll change by the time my children are grown.
How often do you restock in Orzammar?
Twice a year. I'm confined to a trade stall in the Commons, but I see enough. It's very closed in. My grandfather says I've lost my stone sense. I was born topside. I don't remember having it.
Well, that's just mean. Fucking hypocrites, dude. They have you out here. They rely on you as an essential part of their stupid shit. They're just gonna be fucking...
They say no one goes in or out until the Assembly speaks.
Oh, that guy seems important.
You hear about those hunters from Oswin? The Regent strung them up like foxes.
He didn't.
He did, and he's proud of it too. Says that the other Banorn are gonna get the same.
I can't believe that. That's not right.
Can I interest you in something? I've got the finest selection of previously owned armor and weaponry this side of Val Royale.
Not to fucking cyberbully right now, but you look like a fucking ghoul, dude. What did they do to you? You need a tan. Previously owned?
Why pay through the nose for new equipment when you can buy like new for much, much less?
Where do you get the like new armor?
Oh, here and there. Look, that's really not important. The important thing is, it's cheap. And just as good as what you'd find at a smithy.
Alright, let me take a look.
Oh, of course. And remember, everything's covered by Farron's 24-hour lifetime guarantee.
Well, I'm gonna take these. Even though you stole them. I need this shit.
King Loghain will not suffer the delay of his appointed messenger.
Vieta, this land is held in trust for the sovereign dwarven kings. I cannot allow entry at this time.
King Loghain demands the allegiance of the Desher, or lords, or whatever you call them in your assembly. I am his appointed messenger.
I don't care if you're the king's wiper. Orzammar will have none but its own until our throne is settled.
I have urgent need to talk to your king.
Who doesn't? If I don't get in, no one should.
Orzammar has no king. Endrin Idukan returned to the stone not 3 weeks ago. sick over the loss of his sons. The Assembly has gone through a dozen votes without agreeing on a successor. If it is not settled soon, we risk a civil war.
So all these things are the same thing, but just said in different tones, and I'm just supposed to assume which one's the good one? Okay. The Grey Wardens need their traditional dwarven allies.
The Wardens killed King Cailan and nearly doomed Ferelden. They're sworn enemies of King Loghain.
Well, that is the Royal Seal. That means only the Assembly is authorized to address it. Grey Warden, you may pass.
You're letting in a traitor? And a foreigner? In the name of King Loghain, I demand that you execute this stain on the honor of Ferelden.
Bitch, I'm gonna intimidate the fuck out of you. You don't know what the hell. You see this fucking armor? Yeah, I know it looks suspicious because I literally have King Cailan's armor and I'm theoretically trying to prove my innocence. But you better run to your false king. The dwarves will not hear him today.
You'll hear of this. King Loghain will see you quartered.
Bitch.
You are free to enter Orzammar, Grey Warden. Though I don't know what help you will find.
Don't worry, I'm a people person, so I got this covered. Bully. Oh, this shit cool. I mean, hot.
A trust follow, Warden. Your arrival is a mixed blessing. We prefer that outsiders not witness our infighting, but your presence will be tolerated.
Thank you. I love being
Imagine if all
tolerated.
of those were golems.
That'd be pretty cool. Okay, I guess I might just be interested in like all the other race stories because I only did human, so maybe that's why. But
Now that's a thing of beauty, daughter. If you work hard like Branka, all Orzammar will know your name.
Mother, I don't want to be like her. She...
Don't say that! Not to me, not to anyone. Now get back to the forge. I want to see more details.
click on all the things.
Show some pity for a poor old man. A bit of food, my lord. Some coin. For the ancestors' sake.
These are not your ancestors. You taint the memory of our paragons with your presence. Get back to Dusttown where you belong, Brand, or I'll throw you into the deep roads as a snack for the stalkers.
No. No, don't hurt me. I just wanted some food.
I guess I should read about the paragons, huh? As I studied among the dwarves, I became aware that their social system was as rigid as the stone that surrounded them. From the lowest servant to the king of Orzammar, each dwarf has a caste of rigid social standing which dictates what he may do and how he may do it. What fascinated me then was that the dwarves, stubborn and proud as they may be, have built in a way for even lowliest dwarf to bypass the caste system and reach prominence. Any dwarf who has made an achievement of significance can be named Paragon, elevating that dwarf above all others. To become a Paragon is to be recognized as essentially a living ancestor. Words are considered ineffable, and the dwarves liken you into a god. Your family, those you choose to ascend with you, become the founders of the new line of nobility. Indeed, every existing noble house among the dwarves traces this line back to a founding Paragon. It is a rare thing, however. In my visit, I learned that only one Paragon has been elected in generations, the smith Branka, exalted for her discovery of smokeless coal. I know there was more, but I'm illiterate. But that's pretty... Okay, so, I did take social studies once in history class, so, and, I'm familiar with this caste system, and if there's anything I know about it is that it's, not good most of the time. But I wonder if, by playing a dwarf, if you can become a paragon. I assume yes.
It is the Assembly who makes a king, and a king who nominates his successor. None of it is carried in the blood.
Or, as now, when someone tries using the Assembly to pull a coup. Who's to say what my father said in his final hours, when the usurper Harrowmont was the only one by his side?
I'll have you thrown in prison.
You've bitten off more than you can chew.
Handlers, separate these dashers in the Diamond Quarter. I will not have Balin incite a riot.
You will not speak that way about the man who should be king!
Oh, shit.
won't have fighting in the Commons, especially in front of outsiders. I find that son fool, I'll have him in the Legion.
Well, that's fucking awkward. Hey, you.
Vieta, Surfacer. I'm bid to let you walk the Commons, but keep your place. Warden or not, I want order.
Can a city function like this?
See, that's why I don't want you surfacers seeing our worst. You'll think that's all we are. The market is thin, but busy, and the tavern never closes. Bad blood is usually kept to the proving. Should toss Balin and Harrowmont in there, sort this all out in a hurry.
Proving?
Personal battles for honor and ancestor. I don't expect a surfacer to understand. If you must be our warden, at least know us. Go to the Shaper of Memories in the Shaperate. The true bright spot in the Diamond Quarter.
I should get going.
Yes, you should.
I don't really want to ask those other questions, because he's gonna be mean to me.
Did you see that? I cannot believe what this city has come to. This would never have happened when Endrin was alive.
This Balin, is that King Endrin's son?
Aye. What a terrible burden for a father to have only Balin left of 3 fine sons. In the end, Endrin himself recognized that Balin cared for nothing but power. It was Endrin who ordered his son away from his deathbed and embraced Lord Harrowmont as his heir.
What do you know about this Lord Harrowmont?
Lord Harrowmont should be our king. He was King Endrin's closest advisor, the only one he could trust. Endrin himself, ancestors welcome him, asked the Assembly to endorse Harrowmont.
Is Harrowmont qualified to rule?
He is a good man and a skilled general. King Endrin trusted him with his life, and I will do no less.
How did Endrin die?
He died in bed after his eldest son was murdered, and the Assembly condemned his second son for it. I cannot blame him for preferring to join the ancestors in eternal peace, if Balin didn't murder him himself.
Who are you?
I am Narav Helmi, 3rd daughter of the 2nd matron of House Helmi. And you, stranger? What brings you to Orzammar at such a time?
I am Alyssa, a Grey Warden, and I am here seeking aid.
A Grey Warden? That explains why they allowed you past the gates. What kind of aid do you mean?
I have a treaty compelling Orzammar to aid against a blight.
A blight? Now? But our warriors are killing each other in the streets. I'm sorry, stranger. I fear there will be no aid for you in Orzammar. If you seek Lord Harrowmont's support, I suggest you talk with his trusted advisor, Dulin Ferrender. He might be able to get you an audience.
So am I deciding who to support?
Excuse me, do you have a moment? You look like you're not from around here.
Yes, you could say that.
Oh, wonderful. I've been trying forever to find someone who really knows the surface world. I don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle?
My companion here is a senior enchanter of the Circle.
Oh, my lady, it's an honor. I've never met an actual mage. Is it true you can manipulate nature's forces with your mind? Like you were born with lyrium in your veins?
Don't let the glamour fool you, child. Wielding magic is a dangerous occupation, and a great responsibility.
Oh great, a fan. Sorry, I'm busy. Why is a dwarf interested in the Circle?
I've been trying to reach someone there for years. I've sent missives with every caravan, but I never get a reply. I want to know if they would accept me for study.
You want to leave Orzammar?
I want to go to the Circle to study. I don't want to do magic. No dwarf can cast spells, but I don't see why I shouldn't study it. It would be a valuable exchange. Orzammar would learn of one of the great natural forces of the surface. And the Circle gains direct access to our knowledge of lyrium smithing.
Okay. That seems like, I mean, okay. I can bring the Circle your request.
That would be wonderful. My name is Dagna, daughter of Janar of the Smithcast. Tell them I've already begun reading the Tevinter Imperium's Verticum Kadab, and it's just fascinating. Did you know the Imperial Magister Lords once had genealogies of every human family known to produce a mage child?
She's so enthusiastic and adorable. I'm glad we're helping her.
Oh, I'll go pack my bags right now. I'll be waiting by my father's shop.
See, I'm just made for Leliana, because she just approves everything I do.
I knew I should have stuck to common nugs. Now I've gone and lost them too. I'll never find them the way they skitter.
Common nogs? I don't like those. They look dirty.
No way I'm going back to that supplier in Dust Town. Guess I'm shutting it down.
These things dangerous?
Gotta boil them before roasting, but otherwise no, safe as sand. Some people swear they make good pets. May as well leash a turnip, I say.
Good luck with that.
I can't see luck from where I am. One nug, that's all I need.
Supposed to give a fucking nug for this guy to cook up?
I have heard much about the halls of the Dwarven Kings, but the stories do it no justice. It is so strange, harsh, yet beautiful.
Yes, it is very grand.
And have you seen those tiny pig-like burrowing animals? They are adorable. I wish I could have one as a pet. But they must be hard to catch and... Oh, just ignore me. I'm so silly sometimes. Let's just go.
Are you talking about the nugs? Like, we literally just... I swear to God, I'm not doing this shit intentionally. Like, I swear to God. Like, I was just, like, gonna talk to Leliana to see what she had to say about a place. So you want a nug? I can get you a nug. Well, I'll definitely work on getting her a nug. Oh. Here a nug. That's a nug. Oh, I guess that's just for the quest.
For he is
Oh, another nug.
Mothers keep him safe. For you know what it is to mourn. I'm sorry. Did you have an offering for the ancestors? Although, I can't imagine your ancestors reside in the stone.
What were you praying for?
My name is Vilda, widow of Turok of the Smith caste. I pray here every day for my son, Ruck. I only wish I knew whether I should be asking for his safe return or for the ancestors to accept his soul.
Safe return? Your son is missing?
It was 5 years ago. He was only a youngster. He joined a Deep Roads excursion, the only smith to go with the warriors to repair their arms. He was so proud, but he got separated somehow. When they came home, he wasn't with them. The Deep Roads are where Darkspawn come from. They descend for miles into the earth, and we must patrol them constantly or be overrun. I lost my husband to them. If I lost my son the same way...
We shouldn't abandon him. I'll look for him if you want.
How? There is no way except to brave the Deep Roads yourself.
Girl, I got you. I'm a Grey Warden. That's what we do.
A warden? So you could do it. Only wardens face the Deep Roads without a company backing them. Oh, thank you. The ancestors finally heed my prayers.
Take heart, good widow Filda. We'll do our best.
Please, find me as soon as you return.
I got you. Don't even worry about it. I got you. Brother.
Maker's blessing on you, sister.
I didn't think you were religious. I didn't think dwarves believed in the Maker.
I'm Brother Burkle of the Red Cliff Chantry, returned to my ancestors' land to spread the chant of light. I'm petitioning to open a chantry in Orzammar.
Don't dwarves worship their ancestors or something?
There is resistance. It's obvious the world wasn't created by the mortal souls who dwelt within it. Yet the dwarves of Orzammar persist in worshipping their own forefathers.
I don't like the chantry, but what permission do you need to open a chantry?
The Shaperid controls changes in Orzammar's structure and society. I need the Shaper of Memories' permission to open a prayer meeting.
Shaper of Memories?
The Shaper of Memories controls the Shaperid, Orzammar's record system. Like the Chantry's historians, but more thorough. They track the births and lineage of every dwarf born in the city, every property sale, death in battle, marriage, or divorce.
If I bump into the Shaper, I'll be sure to mention it.
I can see the Maker's hand on your shoulder, guiding you always. Please let me know as soon as you've heard anything.
Yeah. Whatever. Well, I guess I'll just, return the nug to that quest guy, since I don't think I can give it to Leliana. So...
Go on, I'm out of the nug game. Got nothing to sell.
I got enough for you here.
Saraka, I'm back in the game, such as it is. I don't have much besides gratitude, but find a bunch more of these and I'll toss you whatever I found.
Okay, well,
You're
I have
the
another.
best wrangler I've ever seen. But there's more out there.
Bro, why don't you, like, walk and try to find them? They were literally within walking distance. So I guess there's, like, all these places. Should we just go to each one? I guess we can start by going to Dust Town, which apparently...
Oh dear. The differences between this side of town and the others is striking.
Okay, so I guess this is, like, the lowest caste. just came to say hello, like...
Try not to look too incompetent. It's embarrassing.
Too old for this.
Bitch. Don't fucking rude. Like, I just came to say hello. The cast list. Okay, so this is literally the cast list. Like, they're not even in a cast. So they're, like, pretty bad, I guess.
Who are you? You don't look like any guardsman I ever saw, and that's not much of a uniform.
I'm Melissa, Grey Warden.
Oh, you looking for a chance to bring in some coin? Could be I have that opportunity. Especially for someone with a few connections above ground.
I'd have to hear what you're asking.
No offense, but your kings have some laws that don't make sense in a practical kind of world. Like about who gets to buy and sell lyrium, the sacred gift the stone provides us to show her love. No law should regulate that. The laws are meant to keep mages away from the stuff, so there's always buyers in the Circle Tower. I got one man named Godwin. He's expecting a delivery of a stone's weight. You want an investment opportunity? I could see fit to, say, sell you that lyrium instead, at the reasonable price of 50 sovereigns. You can keep it, or, since you can travel freely from here, sell it to Godwin, who you know is buying. And if you bring back his return order, I could pay you, say, 20 sovereigns as a finder's fee.
50's a bit much when you've got no options. 40.
You haggle like a merchant born. Deal. Here's the lyrium, then. You, probably don't want to take it out of the box. I'll be waiting for the next order somewhere out of sight. Say, just around the corner.
Okay, I'm just gonna, like, blindly trust this guy. But you know what I am gonna also do? Steal your shit.
I shall.
What you
Spare a
got?
bit. Have you a coin to spare, milady? It's for my son. He's sick. He hasn't any clean clothes to wear or anything to eat today. Neither have I.
Why doesn't your son's father help you?
Question I ask every day. He was eager enough for a daughter who would bring him into the mining caste. But since the boy was born, I've not seen nose or heel of the lout. And me alone on the street, forbidden to return to my family unless I... But no, I can't bear to even think of it.
What does your family want to do?
My son's father is casteless, as is he. I used to be a miner, but my parents stripped my caste and refused to accept me back. Unless I agree to abandon the child in the deep roads and pretend I never bore him.
Damn, that's fucked up. Maybe I could reason with your family.
You would do that? But why?
Because I want to keep my silver, honestly. But I don't like to see a child suffer.
Then I cannot offer enough gratitude. But I warn you, my father is a stiff-necked man. His name is Ordell, and he's usually at Tapster's in the evening. I do not think he will listen to you. But I will wait anxiously to see if you can do what you promise.
Okay. It's gonna be a lot of side quests here. I think we're gonna get a lot of levels from this place. I also think this place is gonna be really fucking long, huh? Okay, well this one has a different name than Beggar. This one has a different name than Beggar. So I suppose we should do those two.
Well, look at that. It's not often old Nadezhda sees a fine-dressed stranger here in Dusttown. Help a poor cripple.
Here's 5 silvers. Buy yourself some food.
You're as kind as you are beautiful. I owe you when I get back on my feet. If my feet still worked. It takes a stranger to notice how bad things are, huh? No dwarf would lift a sodding finger. Excuse my language. What takes you out of the diamond quarter, stranger? You got a vice you're looking for old Nadezhda to fill?
How did you get crippled?
I'd say it was an accident, try to get some sympathy coin, but you look like you'd rather hear the truth. I was running protection for the Carta when some guardsmen caught me. Duster I was with had coin for a bribe, but I took a stand. Guardsmen broke my sodding kneecaps and had me kneel in dung until the infection set in. Never healed proper.
Can they just get away with that?
I don't know where you're from, but in Orzammar, casteless have no lineage, so it's no crime to hurt you. You're born to wear a branded face in Orzammar, and you'll live your life in Dusttown.
It's fucked up. Where's the body go to get drunk around here?
If you have that kind of coin, Salroka, you don't want to drink what they've got here. Take yourself up to Tapster's. Long as your face isn't branded, they've got anything you want.
I should get going now.
I'll just stay out of your way then.
I like how, like, the most important thing I ask is, where the fuck can I get drunk? Like, what? I think this idol guy is the last one. Here. So. Oh. You got dead nugs?
Your clothes are so fancy. Did you get them topside?
Why are you killing nugs? Manners. I'm Alyssa. Pleased to meet you.
My mam used to say they don't got no stone to protect them topside. If I go up there, I'm gonna fall into the sky.
You just have to hold on real tight with your feet.
Yes. When my da left, he never came back. Who's to say he didn't fall up, eh?
Do you know anything about the small rodents down here?
Nugs? Yes. They don't got much meat on them, but down here you can't be picky. Better than nothing.
Can you catch one for me?
What for? You going to cook them up yourself?
She's not my fucking friend. She's not my friend. My girlfriend would like one as a pet.
Yeah, I can find a nug for you. Could even get one from outside the city. Those ones in the deeps don't eat as much garbage. I don't know what they eat, but they always seem healthier, you know? Shiny coats, bright eyes. How much you giving me?
20 silver.
Real silver, huh? I'll get you a big one for that. Give me some time. I'll hunt him down for you.
Oh, what the fuck? Hey, what the? Fucking disappear, dude. Okay. If I leave and come back, does he come back? Well, is he back? Yes, he is. Oldest trick in the book. Just leave and come back.
I got him. He's all squirmy, but he's a big fella.
I'm not giving 40. Like, I'm broke. Here's 20 silver.
I knew you'd be good on your word. Nice doing business.
Stop running like you just stole from me. Hey, Leliana. You know what? Let's go somewhere nicer. This place is, a bit, not good. Alright, now that we're somewhere halfway decent, you know, let's do it right here. Okay, Leliana, I just want you to know that I love you very, very much. And I got you a cute little pet. And I'm actually gonna read it, because I think this is fucking adorable. The nug's nose twitches as it stares at the world with clear, inquisitive eyes. It seems to enjoy being stroked. Here you go, Leliana.
Oh, it's one of those subterranean bunny pigs. Oh, look at him. Come here, you.
I'm sure that was an ugly noise, but I just laughed at subterranean bunny pigs. Oh, he is kind of cute. Like, a little ugly, but cute. He's pretty cute. Have fun.
Thank you so much. You've made my day.
Anytime. Oh, does it follow her? Does it follow her? Come, Nug. Oh, what the? Did I just grab the fucking Nug that I gave her? I am gonna hope not. Is it?
You're the best wrangler I've ever seen.
She didn't disapprove. I just fucking sold the Nug she gave. Okay, I'm just gonna pretend that was like